Dear students, in our previous discussion, we have seen that the gravitational force between two bodies is independent of the presence of the other bodies and independent of the intervening medium. The gravitational force is a central force, and the value of universal gravitational constant is 6.67 in 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per Newton meter square per kg square, which is a very small number, and therefore gravitational forces are negligible for a small, a lighter body, and it is independent of shape, nature, and size of the of mass. Now, there are basic differences between a small g and capital G. A small g means acceleration due to gravity, and capital G gravitational constant. So, a small g, it is a vector quantity, whereas capital G is a scalar quantity. The value of a small g changes from place to place. It is maximum at pole and minimum at equator, whereas the value of capital G is constant everywhere. Now, the acceleration due to gravity is the gravitational pull of the earth on it, whereas universal gravitational constant is equal to the force of attraction between two masses of 1 kg each, separated by a distance of 1 meter. Now, the value of a small g at the center of the earth is 0, but the value of capital G at the center of the earth is not 0. Now, the value of g is more. Now, the value of g decreases with height and depth, but the value of capital G remains same at height and depth. Now, let us establish a relation between a small g and capital G. We have a earth. Let us consider a body of mass m is lying on the surface of the earth. So the force acting between the body and the earth is gme upon m upon re square. Me stands for mass of the earth. So according to Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to mg. So finally you get G is equal to gme upon re square. This gives the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. So with this formula, we can conclude that the small g, that is the acceleration due to gravity, is independent of the mass, size and shape of the body falling under gravity. So remember, this is a very important point, that the acceleration due to gravity, if the two bodies of different masses are falling down freely, and then they will reach the ground at the same time, because the value of g is 9.8 meter per second square, which is same for every body. So now with the help of this formula you can find the mass of the earth, and the mass of the earth with this formula comes out to be 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg, which was observed, which was calculated by the Cavendish for the first time. We know that the earth is a sphere, so the density is, so the volume, mass is density is mass upon volume. So the, in place of mass you can write volume into density, and then 4 by 3 pi r cube rho is equal to g re square upon g. So in this way you can find the density of the earth, that comes out to be 5500 kg per meter cube. So there are many examples which supports the law of gravitation. The first is the rotation of the earth around the sun, or that of the moon around the earth. The tides are formed in oceans due to the gravitational force between the moon and the seawater. So now in this way we have concluded that the gravitational force is a very small force, but despite a small force it plays a very important role. Now while we are discussing the equations of motion for an object moving under gravity, in place of A you will write G, and in place of S you write H. For example, V is equal to A plus AT, So equation of for freely falling body is equal to V is equal to U plus GT. So in this is all about the gravitation, and while you are in live classes, you will discuss in detail. So thank you very much.